Hey, welcome everybody. We're live and we just got done doing a second quarter. Sorry, I was closing out some things, so it took a minute for me to process things. Um, but yeah, we're going to do some BRs and then we're going to maybe do a second quarter. We're going to eventually look at the eliminator and first quarter sweats that I got. So, but first thing we're going to do, we're going to come here, we're going to do a wildcat and we're going to enter in 10 seconds. Then we're going to go ahead and put on some music as well. Move that down. There we go. All right, so we get the 102. Um, so I've been thinking today, maybe I am completely wrong. What's up, cards? I was going down the list of the first quarter stuff of the first one. I seen your name twice. I said, "Hey, he got one." And I said, "Hey, he got two." And then I seen a third one. How many entries did you get to the finals in the first quarter? Because you have at least three. That is amazing. That's awesome. Since it was a 50 max and all, that is impressive for sure. And how many of those are actually alive? Because the one I have in that bracket is not honestly really alive. And for those who don't know, the BBMDB is updated with eliminator matchups. So that's what I was going to talk about. I think we're overthinking this week, and I think it's just Bijan 101. Like, we target the Commanders' defense, right? Like, we've targeted them for a while. The Jags' interior defense has been very good this year, which is where CMC does a lot of his passing game and obviously his running. And the Niners' offensive line has not been great. So, like, the more I think about it, the more I think that we just need it. Like, why did Bijan drop down to behind McCaffrey and Taylor? Mostly because Michael Penix looked really bad. The Commanders' defense is kind of a target in my eyes. So I think I'm just gonna change my rankings and put Bijan 101. I do between 50 and 70 of these a week between all the different ones. I'm at about 20 right now, and I have about 20% of all three of these. So I think I'm ready to make my stand. Right. Yeah. Well, it's not like he looked bad in any game, right? Like, yeah, like Bichon's looked good all three games. And even if Penix falls apart again, like, what's the big deal, right? Like, why are we worried? Like, if they're playing the Buccaneers again, I think you could be worried. If they were playing like the Eagles or maybe even the Rams, like Taylor, I think maybe you could be a little worried. But I don't think you need to be worried against the Commanders. Now, the Commanders' defensive line is actually playing better than we expected, for sure. 4 of 5 have strong RBs. Decent. Nice. Yeah, I will show you the one I got. It's alive, but it is a very thin alive. I kind of think Derrick Henry just destroys Kansas City. KC, like, I love Mr. Scattaboo, but like, he's not Derrick Henry, right? Like, and KC just let Scattaboo run through them a little bit. What do we think that a super upset Derrick Henry is going to look like this week? I think he's going to be playing with a vengeance. Oh yeah. I think I hit my ceiling last week in the semis. I scored 154. Oh yeah. I didn't score very much on either. I think I scored 125 on both of the ones that I advanced. What's up, Tyler? How we doing? All right. So I'm actually kind of fading the Lions completely this week. I think I'm going to fade, and not 100% fade, but like mostly fade, any team that plays the Browns. Like, I just think it's really hard to trust anything from the Browns or against the Browns. Their defense is insane. I was kind of saying that last week. They even overperformed from what I was expecting. And yes, the Lions can put up 30-some points against anybody, but it could also just be a very slow, grinded-out style game. If Green Bay could maul Detroit, Cleveland. Yeah, that's exactly right. I agree with that. Like it's not a stand I want to make. Like I took a share of Gibbs earlier because I got a CMC Gibbs team, which I think will be reasonably unique. But I don't love the Gibbs pick. I just happen to be okay with it. In that, like for one team, like I'm probably gonna have 0 Almon, and if I die by it, I die by it. It's fine. Had 130 team finish 3rd in your pod. Wow. Yeah, I had a lot of Rashee Rice in that contest because that contest was halfway through the basically before the suspension was announced. I had like 40% Rashee before the suspension was announced, and I had 55% Jalen Coker before his injury was announced. So the team that I advanced, I think, has both of them and Mike Evans, I think. So when I say it's not alive, I mean it's probably really not alive. It's probably pretty bad shape. All right, so Ricky Pearsall came down with an injury today. They think he'll be fine. Like he said, he's going to play. I have a lot of lad already. I think what I want to do is pick up Tet McMillan and then pick up Drake May. Unless, I don't care which one of these tight ends I get. So we will go ahead and do that. And then we'll start looking at tight ends real quick. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right. Yeah, I think this game could be a lot of fun, though. The McMillan plus Drake May. I hope you're right about Henry. That is... So I have a first quarter team in the other one that I think is going to be pretty unique. It's a Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor team. I think that's going to be pretty unique for that contest. I know Taylor advanced a lot of teams, but I don't think having Barkley is going to be... The problem is I don't like the matchup for Barkley at all. The beauty of it, though, I can basically full fade Saquon Barkley in this contest because I have him in the first quarterfinals. So, I don't like him this week for the weekly stuff at all. But if he does smash, maybe I get a high place in the first quarter. So I'm going to use that as a hedge against something I already feel like I was probably going to hedge it a little bit and have like 4 to 5% Barkley, but I will probably have like two or three shares. I am scared of the Bucks defense with the running backs. So there are a lot of tight ends I do like this week. I don't mind Kate Otten as a deep scroll. I think Zach Ertz is an awesome play. We got. I kind of feel like taking Kate Otten here. Mike Evans is out. Even if Godwin comes back, he's going to be hampered. Last year, whenever they were missing receivers, Kate Otten had an excelled role for a couple games. I wonder if Godwin's not 100%, if Otten isn't a smash this week. Baker's super fun, right? Baker's my choice of that. So the team, we got Drake May, we got JT, Derrick Henry, we got Rome, we have McMillan for the naked Drake May bring back, and we have Kate Otten. Kate Otten's probably where we lose this whole thing, but you know what? We already did it. Decision was made. We're living with it. On to the next draft. I'm going to do a hurry up. Anybody who wants in, I'm going to enter in 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm hoping, like, I actually don't want Derrick Henry to be good this week. Number one, because I don't have him in the first quarter contest. Number two, I don't have him in very many of my eliminators that are alive. And number three, I'm a Chiefs fan, right? Like, so I don't want it to be true, but it feels like it could definitely be true. Do you think Mark's is too far of a scroll in dog ball? Yeah, he was 46% to 54% Chubb or something like that last week. So I do think it may be too deep of a scroll, but it will be like the only version of that team. And it's not like the rest of the problem I have with it is I don't think that offense is going to score any points. They have like a 34 point let me fix that real quick. I think it's a 34-point game total. So, yeah, a 38.5 point game total, like a really, really bad game total. So, I wouldn't do it because of that. The scroll that I didn't make yet that I like for I was looking through the wide receivers in the one I done earlier because I've done two. I said I was only going to do one a week. I wanted one in the top 5 picks this week, so I done 2 of them. I got picks 11 and 12, so I have one Josh Allen team and one Lamar team. I'm done. Like I don't like the. It gets a cool contest, but the ROI is absolutely horrific. And I'm kind of upset at myself for doing 2 of them. So, but I'm going to do one a week, basically. Every once in a while, I'll pop in and do 2. But I was sitting at the end of that draft with Josh Allen and just trying to figure out if I wanted to take the Olave that everyone else has or not. And, like, I couldn't make myself do it. Do I want to do something? I think we just take Josh Allen and we'll go ahead and take Henry again. I kind of like if I don't take an elite quarter, if I got the 6 spot, half the time I will just ignore the elite quarterbacks and I'll just scroll. Like I've done Neighbors Hampton twice from the 6 spot. I've done a Brock Bowers Adunze from the 6 spot. It's basically saying nobody in the first round is what you needed, and you avoid all of the landmines and try to hit the gold by not doing that. Don't want Henry to do well this week. What I want doesn't matter. Like Derrick Henry doesn't care about what I want. I promise you that. Like just because I don't want him to do well doesn't mean that he's not going to do well. If I had those kind of powers, like it wouldn't even be a fun game anymore. Like the thing that makes it a fun game is the fact that I have no idea if I'm right or not. I can have leans and believe I'm right, but yeah, there's no way to know if I'm right or not. All right, so Coolers here got Puka and Lamar, Imwald, McCaffrey, Amon. I don't know if Imwald's watching. I've seen him in a couple of these today. They're probably just getting in their volume. After this, I think I might do a second quarter draft. Probably only going to stay on for about an hour today. I have some things I need to get done. I'm going live late tonight with Candyman right here. We are going to go through second quarter strategy a little bit and draft a team with him. I will, if he wants, I haven't messaged him yet, but like I'll just say it here. I thought about like going through 2 or 3 of my teams before we draft one and like showing what I did and what my thought process was, whether it's right or wrong. But like I usually have a thought process of why I pick who I pick, right? Like, and a lot of the bye week stuff matters quite a bit. 4 more for sweet. I figured you'd be fine with that. The very first one I done had James Conner, and the second one I done had Mike Evans. So already batting 1,000 over here. We got. Yeah, let's just build the chalk lineup for now. We'll just go Adams with Tyler Warren. I love this combination. I think this game could be the most fun game of the slate. You said it is at +4, huh? We will go ahead and enter then. Waiting on 2 for the second quarter. I just have 2 more picks in this BR. We will do the second quarter. We'll flip over to that afterwards. 3 more now. Everybody's scared of me. That's what happens. It's what happens, guys. Like they hear that they can feel me coming, so they leave. That I don't blame them. But yeah, I RIP them, I guess. So I know this is probably unpopular, but I kind of like Travion this week, and I kind of like DeAndre Swift a lot. I know it's ugly, but Vegas has no idea what they're doing. Vegas can't stop anybody. Vegas can't do anything on offense. With that being said, I also kind of like Ashton Genty because Chicago can't stop anybody. So, like, I really like pieces in that game. But this is going to be a solo Josh Allen team with a bring back here. I may do, like, it's going to be hard for me not to take Scadaboo if he's there. but I don't mind scrolling down for DJ Moore. I even did DJ Moore go already? He did not. But I actually scrolled down for Luther Burden earlier, who doesn't even have an ADP. By the way, this draft is starting over on the other side. And there's a clear top three. I will make my picks over here. I will let that auto down. So in this, do I do the rare 2 tight end build? Like, that's unique. If I do the rare 2 tight end build, I can take the chalk because very few people take the 2 tight end build. So we will do that. What's up, Paulino? You guys are just popping in. If you could smash the like for me, that'd be great. So he does take Genty. So do I want... I think I want to go ahead and do this and then take... I don't have any Brian Thomas yet, so we're going to take Swift and we're going to take Brian Thomas. We're going to have a mini game stack here, Devonta Adams and Tyler Warren, a naked Josh Allen. The Bears roll, get up early. Geno throws a pick 6 or 2. DeAndre Swift actually runs the clock out, not Menengai for some reason. I did some double tight end in the PTP slate. Yeah, we will probably do a primetime Palooza before I'm gone, actually. And then let's look at what Cooler's done here. Coolers, Puka, Lamar, Bucky, Zay. I think that either Lamar, Zay gets there or Henry gets there pretty easily this week. And then Genty, Kelsey. Yeah, I like the Lamar, Zay, Kelsey a lot this week. I've done it several times. I do think that has an okay chance to get there. All right, so we will flip back over to this tab. We will reset the extensions again and go to the right ones to actually talk about this. All right. Tell you pigs about second quarter and you guys get pick 2 and 3. You're welcome. Hey, thanks. Who knows? I try to withdraw some of my... That's weird. I've just left my BR winnings on the site. So, or my Wildcat winnings on the site, because unless I have a good year this year, we're gonna just keep it all in there and play with it next year. All right, so Cooler's made it into the second quarter contest. He's got the 102. I got the 103. Big Sweezy got the 106. Thank you for. I'm assuming you're watching since you were on both of these and they're different contests. Thanks for watching, sir. I don't know your username or if you chat, but I appreciate it. King Schuster at the 10. Lutz at the 11. Good luck to everybody. The Breece Hall secret is out now. He definitely deserves to go higher than he goes. I really like Mr. McMillan in this contest as well. So we're going to take McMillan. Yeah, you wanted Hurts. Hurts is a great pick. So Josh Allen and Lamar both have very good week 4 or week 8 matchups. It's one of the reasons I kind of like McMillan, because he's going to be in a bring back versus there's no way that's not a bring back, right? What are the chances Carolina, no offense, best ball on call, are in a like in a competitive game with Buffalo, right? Like the odds of that have to be very small, minuscule, very very small, tiny. We gotta. We're taking one of these two players. I don't have a single share of Javonte Williams. If Coolers wants to make me take Javonte, he can. All right, so we will take Jaden Daniels. Jaden is the only, like him and Jalen are the only two elite quarterbacks that do not have a bye during the process. CD in finals, yes, he will. CD went at pick 57 or something in the last one of these I done. People are very scared. I couldn't take it because like the thing I'd set up came back around, and I was at the 11 hole, and then the 10 hole took him down here at 60. But yeah, CD fell all the way back down and around. The Browns have a win. You never know. The Browns have the best defense in football, and I don't think it's an arguable thing. Touchdown boy. Got it. I was reading the BOY. For some reason, I was expecting that to say booty. So, sir, not a bad name, but you could have done better. No, this is second quarter. So you got to dodge bye weeks and all that stuff too. Were they full practice? Yeah, while that's going on, I'll talk about the things that I've seen today. Krosky Merritt doesn't practice. Cooler just posted. Both Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall didn't practice today. Pearsall said that he does expect to play. Tet McMillan did not practice today. They say he expects to play. Colson Loveland didn't practice. No news on him if he's going to play or not. So Parsons is still getting acclimated. I don't think so. Like, I think the Browns were one of the best defenses last year. They just had zero offense. And love or hate Joe Flacco, he's at least a reasonably competent quarterback to where he can keep the defense, like, semi-rested. Thank you, Coolers. Schuster beat you to it, but I absolutely appreciate it. Yeah, he is. And Parsons is I take Myles Garrett straight up over Parsons, but if you hate Joe Flacco, I'm not a big fan of Joe Flacco, but he is good at what he does. Yeah, like Joe Flacco and Neil Orfield are like the same age, right? So I really want Deebo Samuel here, but it's going to make the rest of my draft an absolute pain if I do this. But we're going to try it. We're going to see how this plays out. I know I don't have any Deebo. I definitely don't have any Deebo plus Tet. So, like, this is way stronger wide receiver than I'm used to. So, if any of these make it back, I feel awesome. If one of those doesn't make it back, we're hurting. Both younger than me, reality check. I'm actually older than Neil Orfield by a month and a half, I think. So I'll still give him hell. Like, I'm not the oldest man to do it. So I haven't done it. It's honestly impressive that he did. Like, I prefer Henderson there to Pollard, but I do think it's kind of a toss-up. I really like the matchup that you get there, Buffalo, New Orleans, and then Tennessee. The thing is, like, he's got a better matchup 3 weeks, but the finals, Pollard oddly has the better matchup, right? With McBride and Bowers at tight end, there's a certain tight end I really, really like in this contest. If he makes it to me, he shouldn't be gone at 75, and I will probably take him at 75 as an ADP is quite a bit later. Well, I'm glad you did because I have too much. Let me go look and see what my Pollard to Henderson exposure is. So I have too much Henderson. I actually have 21% Pollard. So, and I have too much Henderson. So thank you for taking it. I've done 21 of these. Apparently I have 42% Henderson. But I think he's a buy low candidate. Like, I personally think he's going, if not this week, definitely by the next week. I don't think he's ever going to be the full bell cow, but I think they're definitely going to give him more and more touches every week. And the more those guys, Gibson and Ramondre, continue to just fail, the better it is for Henderson. So, like, I'm kind of gambling that Mike Vrabel, a player who wants to win with defense and running the ball, is a guy who's going to absolutely hate fumbling the ball. So that's the way I'm playing it. Okay, yeah, I didn't read that yet, but, I mean, it only makes sense. Like, if you know who Mike Vrabel was at Tennessee, like, he wanted to pound the ball, and which is weird because he would pound the ball the first 3 quarters and then air it out for some reason. Like a lot of the times, a lot of the games they would lose, they'd be up, and then they have Derrick Henry who had 142 yards already, and then they would throw the ball 3 times in a row with a lead in the 4th quarter. It's like, what are you doing? But other than that, like, he is they want to play good defense, grind the clock out kind of guy. Trey Benson has moved way up the board, deservedly so. I have a hard time taking him around the ADP that James Conner used to go at and not have him in the most important game. Like, I have a really hard time with that. I'm kind of in on DeAndre Swift instead. I like the DeAndre Swift click here. I do think that the Harvey click is fine if you're stronger at running back by this point, because he does get one of the best matchups you can get in Dallas for week 17 or week 8. Yeah, absolutely brutal. I am not, Justin, but if anybody is doing the pennant for baseball, give him a shout. All right, so the tight end that I really like, and if Coolers wants to take it, he can. Jake Ferg is an absolute smash right now. Like, CD is going to be hurt. The Jets' defense hasn't been as good as you expect. Carolina, Washington, he doesn't have a bye week. The Denver matchup does kind of suck, but, like, he's the second target, right? Like, so I think that his ADP needs to be a lot higher. It hasn't adjusted correctly since the CD Lamb injury. But the fact that you don't have to dodge bye weeks, and he's basically a top 5 tight end right now, like, the way the projections are going for this contest, like he's definitely a top 5 tight end that doesn't have a week 8 bye. Because McBride and Bowers both have week 8 bye. Tyler Warren has week 11. Like, I think you could argue that Ferguson's here. Like, you could take Kittle here. Yeah, and it might just be a PPR scam again, right? Yeah. Who's this week Trey Tucker? It's Kevontae Turpin. We all know this. We've all known this the entire season. It's Kevontae Turpin. Hey, what's up? My Mind is a Weapon. For anybody who is not subscribed to My Mind is a Weapon, please head over there. Give him a sub. He does all kinds of weekly redraft information and stuff. I generally pop into his stream at least once a week. We chit chat. Good friends. Shout out. Sleaze Bomb. Yeah, I really like the week 8 matchup for Jake Ferguson here. Yes, Denver's defense is good, but that means the short throws are what's going to work, right? CeeDee Lamb may not be 100% by then, and if he is, that's probably that's fine as well. Today we are doing this contest called Second Quarter, which is wild. Weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 2 of 12 advance into 2 of 5 advance. So you got a 16.7 into a 40% into a 25% into a 374 seat final. You have to, it's a $5 contest, $15,000 up top. You have to dodge bye weeks, try to stack up game stacks for week 17 or for week 8. Find players that aren't hurt. Like, it's just like walking through a landmine field, right? So I have a lot of plays I really like, a lot of plays that I think are really good right now. Like Garrett Wilson is like one of the single best picks. Yeah, like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall are like the best 2 picks on the board. You got Dallas. On the 40% advanced week is Denver, Carolina, and you finish with Cincy. Like, how good of a schedule could you ask for? Like, there's a reason why I have 35% Justin Fields in this contest and 35% Breece Hall and 20% Garrett Wilson. It's because the Jets are the best matchup you could possibly have. And they don't have a bye during the contest. I don't have very many Benson shares. I had 13% James Conner all the way across the board in every format. So that's not looking great. So I'm going to go ahead and take Kelsey and just be done at tight end. Kelsey is also the bring back on my Jaden Daniels here. I'm not a fan of Kelsey. I think he's going to be complete dust by this point. Like, I don't think he's going to matter, but we're going to go ahead and do it. Building out the team stacks kind of matter. So you think Kyler's going to check it down that much to Breece? He might. Like, if Breece gets traded to the Cardinals, I'm going to be like, before week 8, I'm going to be very upset with this contest because like they have a bye week, or they have bye week 8, the Cardinals do. So like, that's like worst possible outcome. Like, absolute worst outcome is that. Like, there's no worse outcome in my opinion. Yeah, we did not draft Isaiah Pacheco. We timed out on Isaiah Pacheco, just so anybody sees. We definitely timed out. We did not draft that. Yeah, I'm having trouble. Like, it's on me. I don't make the shorts and stuff. I need to start making the shorts. I need to really learn how to do that stuff. I'm probably going to focus a lot more on that in the off. Like, in the off season. The weekly show I'm doing with Steve takes a lot of time because I'm watching every single game every week. I'm not complaining about that. It was my idea. I wanted to do it, but I need to figure out a time. Like, basically, I'll have to stop drafting for a week to take time to figure all that stuff out. Yeah, and I appreciate the support, dude. Worthy and Rice should probably help run the game significantly. Yes, I do agree with that. I'm wondering how healthy Worthy will be. Obviously, everybody is. I'll be back from Vegas. That'd be. I would make time for that, sir. I would love that. And I was going to talk to you about something. I'll message you after my stream on something about, because you've invited me on the weekly show on Sunday mornings a couple times. Going to talk to you about that for a minute. You need the clickbait titles. How I won $3,000 in fantasy football. I mean, I could use $3,000. I could use $1,142, and I could use how I finished top 10 3 weeks in a row in fantasy football. You know, like, I could do that. I'm having a hell of a run right now. I'm also like, I'm number 5 or 6 in the Drafters Mini Best Ball year long. The $3 one, I'm like number 5 or 6. I'm first in Fast Draft right now, Rabbit. I only did 4 entries in that. That team's completely dead because it's James Conner plus Austin Eckler. And I believe the Drafters one is also James Conner plus Austin Eckler. I'll bring it up here in a minute. I got it up on this other screen. So after these 2 picks, I'll bring that up. You just need to say, look at this beard. How can you not sub? Do you want a beard like this? Come to the Who Names YouTube channel. I can't help you grow it, but I can let you admire mine. So, all right. So for the audio listeners, we have Jaden Daniels, Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard, DeAndre Swift, and Isaiah Pacheco. Like, this is one of the ugliest RB rooms you're ever gonna see. It's rough out here, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cedric Tillman. I think he's a really good pick. I'm done at this position. I do want another quarterback, but I honestly don't care who it is. This is the player I would like to get back. Hopefully that happens. Beard looking frothy. Yeah. Dad RB room. Yeah, I took a portal all the way back into the 1970s before fantasy football existed and talked to some guys about, hey, if we were to build this thing to where we took players, what would we do? And they were like, we want all the running backs who've been in the league for 12 years. All right, so what's up, Hartman? How we doing? Do you remember how many wins you gave my Niners? Yeah, I gave you 7. I also gave the Steelers 5, and I said I was scared of that. But in my defense, I don't think they deserve to win any of their games. Like, I will take the L, but I will say I don't think they've actually deserved any of the wins they have. They like all right, so this is the Drafters mini team I got, and I got Bijan Taylor, Scadaboo, and LaQuint Allen. RIP Damian Martinez and Austin Eckler here. But this wide receiver room is fun. DJ Moore, McMillan, Sutton, Pearsall, Egbuka, Knoll, Besh, Franklin, Tucker. Then Tucker Craft, Goddard, Likely, and this is a little scary, Bo Nix and Caleb Williams, but this team right now, 500 fantasy points, number 6 Eagles has 2 up here. Eagles is an absolute killer. Like, he's got 1 here. He's got 1 here. He's got 1 here. He's got 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. Like, what is this man doing? He is destroying it. Like, look at that. That is absolutely insane. Insane work. Okay, yeah, especially, and like the Bengals should absolutely be 0-3. The Browns should be 2-1 and leading that division. Like, think about that. Like, the Browns gave the game away against the Bengals, and if the Browns didn't give that game away, they would right now be 2-1 and leading that division. Well, the Steelers have got lucky, right? Like, so like that division, all the wins and losses are all messed up based on who actually deserves to have won the games. Like, so in my eyes, it's like, I mean, obviously the Ravens are still the best team in that division, but like the Ravens or Chiefs are 1-3 after this week. I mean, nobody had that. Brown C is for real. My goodness, Myles Garrett, can you look? Yeah. Before I gave the Browns 7 wins, so I'm going to go ahead and take the win there. I think that they get close. Maybe not. I will. I also gave the Texans 11, so 10 or 11. I can't remember. I gave and the Falcons, so those are probably wrong. Who crew? Quinshawn season officially here. Exactly. Yeah, so Tony Pollard or Tajay Spears is one of the better picks right now too. That's the reason I don't like Pollard a whole lot. They're not using Pollard that much in the receiving game. They've been behind a lot. Tajay Spears, they have said previously last year that they like him in the receiving game. With the receiving game stuff, we have and Pollard kind of being inefficient so far this year. Like, Spears could be an awesome pick later. All right. Let's look here. So we do need another quarterback. I meant to take Bryce. Hopefully Bryce comes back. I'm too busy rambling. I kind of forgot I had McMillan. If I don't get him, that's fine. Like, this is built around the KC stack there. We have Debo with Jaden and Pacheco plus. Thanks, Guy. Thanks for taking Bryce Young, coolers. Real coolers of you. Spears was a very fun IR stash. Yeah, for sure. I thought we were friends, cooler. You even have 2 week 14 bye guys. Look at you. He's just out here trolling right now. He's out there just giggling to himself in the corner. Aren't you? You're out there giggling in the corner. We'll take Tua, whatever. Yeah, the Connor injury hurts quite a bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It really does. Gino, better than what I'm doing in the corner. It says Pepper Tony. Maybe he's not giggling. Maybe he's snickering. Like, what was that guy? No, I understand. It's my fault for not noticing what I had, honestly. And Jackson Dart, by the way, is a really clever pick right now. He wasn't drafted in the first 56% of this contest. So he's going to be low owned. So I have been actually kind of pulling him up. If he didn't go, I probably would have taken him and not Tua. Gino going to fire up so many garbage time points. He's going to need week 8 off. Now, he probably will. It is an absolute mess there, isn't it? All right, so the team right now, we got Jay Daniels, we have Tua. CMC, Pollard, DeAndre Swift, Pacheco, Braylon Allen. That's fine. I have 4 running backs every week. I have 5 running backs every week, but the first week, which is the second hardest spot structure, 16.7% of the bands. But I get a Dallas, like 1 Dallas, 1 Jacksonville, like, and CMC. Like, I might be able to squeak through, maybe not, but my wide receiver room is stronger than I'm used to. So hopefully for this team, we need that. We probably flex tight end, honestly, in the first couple weeks. The Giants get, yeah, like, so that's why I actually have Saquon 101 for sure in this. Saquon gets to play against the Giants in week 7 or week 6 and 8. So you get Saquon versus the Giants in week 8. That feels really good. Like, I'm going to go look up the player profiler, what he done. I'll just to show you guys what Saquon done against the Giants last year. I'm sure you guys remember is pretty good. And I know it's a new team and Abdul Carter's there and all that, but all right, we have that up. After these next 2 picks, we will show you. But we definitely need wide receivers from here on out. Luther Burden was the one I was going to take. I've got a lot of Alec Pierce too. He helps cover the bye weeks. I've started mixing in some Torrey Horton. I'm sure somebody took Turpin because they know he wasn't going to come back around. Look at this guy. This guy knows ball. I haven't taken Renfro yet, but it's a good pick. We'll take Alec Pierce here. So at wide receiver, all of my guys are available every week except Christian Kirk in the 40% week. So I feel pretty good if I advance this team to the finals. My higher capital players are going to be there at all positions. So if we get some fallers, some players like Torrey Horton, who if Torrey Horton did have a bye week 8, he would probably be going in like around 12 right now or 11, right? Because you don't get him for the finals, but he does have an okay schedule. He gets Tampa Bay, who you can't run against. So they're going to have to throw the ball. Jacksonville and Houston is just an absolute mess. But like at this point, if they start and help me advance through 1 week, it's absolutely worth the pick. Also, Isaac Tesla, the Lions play the Bengals in week 5. But it is outdoors. Or no, it's I think it's outdoors at Cincinnati. So if it happens to be a rain game, it's probably going to be a low scoring affair because we all know how golf is and weather. So last year, Saquon, first game against the Giants, total yards. He had 2 receptions, 187 total yards, and a touchdown for 26.7 full PPR points. And in their second matchup, where is the second one? Oh, he didn't play in the second one. The second one was the Week 18 game that he set to not break the record. Right? It would have had to have been. So, like, let's look up Slayton. All right, let's see here. No. Yeah. So, yep, that's what happened. All right, back to this tab. Egbuka, Montgomery, Taylor, picks of the summer. I mean, are we sure about Montgomery right now? He had one giant blow-up game. I'm not saying he's bad. And I'm not saying that he might not be. I'm just saying it's been one game of him exploding. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's a smash yet. But Egbuka and Taylor have got there all 3 weeks. So, like, I think you call them smashes. Evening, everyone. I got a trade offer and was wondering, would you trade Ladd for their CD Lamb and a startup 4 wide receiver, 12-man PPR league? I would, like, is it Dynasty? If it's Dynasty, I take Lamb. Like, and I'm a huge Ladd McConkey like believer. Because redraft Jefferson, London, Lamb, Shaheed, Franklin. How many wide receivers do you start? Bonnie just bought 150 on 37% snaps. Very rare that's a mistake. I mean, yeah, it's rare that it's a mistake, but we do need to see more than 1 week. Like, his ADP was in the 7th or 8th round, right? So if it's one giant spike, that's fine. But, like, and I do believe he's going to be a good pick. Like, I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying you need more than 1 week. He could get hurt next week, and then he wasn't the league winner, right? Like, it's just too early to tell with that stuff. All right, so we might just take. Well, we're going to take old Jalen Coker here. Yeah, Hey, no problem, sir. And I think both sides of that trade are very fair, and it's just kind of what you want, honestly. I think I would probably, with the depth you have, I think I would ride the couple weeks and then try to have the best lineup for the playoffs. Hey, thank you, sir. And that's the next thing we're going to do. We are going to look through my eliminator pods. I didn't get any fun matchups, so that is a little sad. Somebody I have been scrolling down for, Rondé Gadsden's a good pick. And there is one more. I will let Coolers have it this time. I've been taking them every time I take but we're going to take DeMarcus Robinson here. I like D-Rob in this. We don't know who's going to be healthy or how healthy they're going to be when they play. And then the last pick will be an RB. There's a couple of them I don't mind here. I don't mind these two. I don't mind Kendre. That's about it. I mean, Will Shipley already went. I guess George Halani, like, maybe. I'm not going to do it, but maybe. Hampton Neighbors for London and BTJ. Full PPR. I have Henry and A-Chain at RB, Nico and Hill at wide receiver. Hampton and Neighbors for London and BTJ. I want the Hampton and Neighbors side. Myself. I think I want the Hampton and Neighbors side of this for sure. Hey, thanks again, Sleaze. We appreciate it. We got so yeah, after this, we are going to go through the eliminator matchups, show you the absolute atrocity I got through in the first quarter. The second one, I think, could have a chance. It's got a couple dead players, but like if Saquon plus Taylor hit, I think it has a decent chance to make some noise. So yeah, if this is a better wide receiver room than I'm used to in this, but the player I was talking about is old Tommy Tremble. Like, if you take Bryce Young, like Tremble was not drafted at all. He's still not getting drafted that often. But you get Miami and Dallas, and then a trailing game script versus Buffalo. I kind of think the Panthers' passing game has a really good run up. I mean, maybe I just take another quarterback. I don't know. Like the 18th round picks are really bad. Yeah, I have one in both. We'll go over it in a minute. I guess Ty Johnson's probably good. Let's go with Ty Johnson, actually. So the team here, Jaden Daniels and Tua just as a second guy in case Jaden can't play a week or something. CMC, Pollard, DeAndre Swift, Pacheco, Braylon Allen, Ty Johnson. That feels pretty strong, really. Like, I know Pacheco's absolute dust, but like, what if he's not? You know, like, I got a possible starting running back at pick 99. Like, he's the, if he has to start, hopefully the rest of my team smashed kind of play. Wide receivers, McMillan, Debo, Tillman, Christian Kirk, Alec Pierce, Torrey Horton, Coker, D-Rob, and tight ends, Ferguson and Kelsey. I don't mind that team. I don't mind it at all. All right, coming on over here. I did 75 eliminators, and I have 9 of them advancing right now. We will look through all of them. I have some that look fine, some that don't. I heard today that they're not paying out Eliminator until week 7. So no matter what you do, you are going to get paid out for this week, but it's not going to hit your account until week 7. I don't know why. I don't know where people got that information, but I did hear that. This is bbm.db. You can look over anybody's portfolio. Like, you can go over here to leaderboard. You can type in the Dachshund. You can type in my name. See that I'm probably not advancing any teams. Why did that not work? Why did it just... Okay. We'll go back down to the Dachshund. We'll type in my name. Why? Okay, well, we'll just pick something else. We'll go to the Hound Dog. All right, so I'm not advancing any teams. I have 2 teams with 360 points. I think maybe. Hey, no problem, sir. All right, so back to the Eliminator, the regularly scheduled program. This first team, I have Josh Allen, Tyler Shuck, Daniel Jones, Hampton, Kamara, Charbonnet, Trey Benson, Garendo is back, Aaron Jones coming back. Like, I like this team. Jamar Chase, kind of RIP. Jennings, who knows? Pittman, smash. Cup, at least volume. And then Adonai plays this week, Slayton and Keon Coleman. I should be able to hobble together some points there. But Trey McBride plus Juwan Johnson, that feels really good. Like, I do like this team. I don't love this team, but I think it's strong. Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams, Gibbs, Hampton, J.K. Dobbins, basically, Jaden Blue, Robinson, and Keaton Mitchell. So Devonta Smith, Olave, Adunze, Keon, Thielen, QJ, Coker, Wicks. I believe this is a team I done on stream with Nick Buckledge, Brock Bowers, and Mandrews. This team only advanced last week. This team smashed, by the way. It had 155 points last week, and we only advanced by 6 points because of Mandrews. So we about had a bad beat, but we got it through. This team, probably my best one. Jalen Hurts, Bo Nix, Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Rashad White, Algier, Giddens, and Ty Johnson. Sutton, Adunze, Addison. We got Addison all the way through. Cup, Bateman, Wandale, QJ, Pat Bryant, McBride, and Goddard. This team, we got a Justin Fields team through. Drake May, Derrick Henry, Brees Hall, Demont, Judkins, Tootin. That is nasty. Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, Diggs, Shaheed, QJ, Palmer, Wicks. This is a good team. And then Ferguson, Taylor, Higbee. Yeah, this is a really good team. I'm not sure why this only projects for 103 points, but it does. All right. Gets him so smart. Yeah, I think that may be it. Like, I think he did it afterward. Like, I think at one point he done it kind of like, I don't know if he messaged him or what, but yeah, I don't honestly know. Yeah, I don't trust the projected points either, but Baker Mayfield, Jared Goff, Bryce Young, ETN, Bucky Irving, McCaffrey. So basically just 3 RBs here. Jerome Ford, Keaton Mitchell, McMillan, Jamo, Pearsall, Buka, Mims, Diami, Naylor, Thielen. Wide receiver room seems good. Another McBride team. Love to see it. Josh Allen, Prescott, Gibbs, Javonte. I got 3 shares of Javonte at 150 in the eliminator. Those all feel pretty good. Braylon Allen, Rashad White, Rico Dowdle, JCM. Look at this RB room. That's an RB room. Pickens, DJ Moore, Devo, Golden Cup. We got the Golden Cup here with the Brown and Kevontae Turpin. Another Trey McBride team. It looks like Trey McBride might have maybe I just took a lot of them. I don't know. Another Justin Fields team with Caleb Williams. This RB room is very shaky. Bucky, Chase Brown, Cam Scattaboo, Shipley still hurt, Joe Mixon dead, JJ, Devonta, Rome, Godwin, got a Godwin team through, Christian and Kirk, Godwin plus Kirk team. That has to be rare, right? We'll look that up in a minute. Tillman, Bryant, Keenan, Tucker Craft. If Shipley can come back or Chase Brown can start doing something, this team is fine. This RB room sucks. That's an awesome advance rate, sir. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to look at these. Fields, Herbert, Bucky, Chuba, Swift, Warren, Spears, Giddens. This is the one Rashid Rice team I have left. Jefferson, Sutton, Myers, QJ, and then Deontay Johnson, RIP, and another Pat Bryant team. This wide receiver room is very shaky. I don't like this team. This projected 104 feels wrong. I think this one should be low. And then this team is not the best. Drake May, McCarthy, Rogers, Genty, Taylor Swift. We got old Taylor Swift here. Evans, Adams, Metcalf, Golden, Keon. I guess it's not that bad. Simply draft QJ. Yeah, that was the strategy. That absolutely was the strategy. We will go down here. And so this first one is the one that I think is dead. This team, Justin Herbert, Drake May, Chris Rodriguez, Cam Scadaboo, Eckler, Pacheco, Connor. So it's a Eckler-Connor team. That also got Pacheco, who's done nothing. So we got Scadaboo and McCaffrey only, right? Like C-Rod may do something. It's also got Rashee Rice and Jalen Coker, because I done it before the Rashee Rice news happened. And when that was the thing, Jalen Coker hadn't been hurt yet. And Diami Brown's we don't know if he's playing this week. So I may show up with just QJ, Dobbs, McConkey, Pittman. But we might be able to flex tight end because we have a good tight end room. So I don't have much hope for this team. I have enough players to start, so it's not a zero chance, but it has to be those exact players. It basically needs to be a Justin Herbert 5-touchdown week with Ladd and Johnston getting 4 of them, right? And for Scadaboo and McCaffrey to be 2 of the top 5 running backs. That's basically what has to happen for this to have any chance. And I put those odds pretty low. I don't know about you, but I put those odds pretty low. I am curious what QJ's total ownership is in this contest, though. So this team, I have a little hope for. Justin Fields, Bo Nix, they're both probably reasonably low owned. Bo Nix only had 13 points, and Justin Fields didn't play last week. So I have that. Saquon didn't have a very good week last week, so he got lesser owned. And I have Taylor. Aaron Jones won't play. Dowdle got me through the bad Saquon week. He has a chance to do something. I don't expect it. But this team, I like the low own there. This combination's got to be semi-rare. I wish that there was a way to check it. The wide receivers, I kind of like these wide receivers. We have Evans, who's dead, but we have Garrett Wilson, J-Mo, Keon Coleman, Keenan Allen, Troy Franklin, Torrey Horton, MVS, and then Mason Taylor, Strange, and Zach Ertz. So we have 2 players not playing, and I guess Samson could do something. I just kind of think he's a zero. But this finals team feels reasonably live. Justin Fields, I forget who they play. Who do they play this week? It was a decent matchup. I'm looking it up right now. But that's the sweat I have going. So they have they get the Dolphins defense. The Dolphins defense is horrible. So I have the Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields stack, which has to be pretty it might be decently owned because Wilson did get there last week. If Fields does play, I do like that matchup quite a bit. I don't have a bring back there. The Bo Nix stuff, he plays Cincinnati this week. So you get Troy Franklin versus Cincy. I didn't get a bring back there either, which is probably going to end up being the right move because Cincinnati may not be able to move the ball. The problem with this team is Saquon Barkley plays the Bucs defense, and the Bucs defense is insanely good. I got 1 first quarter in the championship. Go AZ Cards has 5 in the first version of the first quarter. So shout out to him. He's the real hero. He got a dog bowl seat last week. He's got 5 first quarter teams. Some people are just living good. Some people just living good. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please smash the sub for me. It would be awesome. And then I will be on Candyman's channel tonight, and we will be doing we'll be going through like a little bit more strategy on the second quarter stuff, and I'm looking for the video to drop the link, but I'll be going over like what I've been doing and the things that I think make sense. The contest is like 70%ish filled right now. You're probably gonna have to get your drafts in before the end of this weekend. I bet Sunday during the games, people will be drafting these pretty heavy. It's went up 4% today. Oh, it's went up 5% today already. Yep, Fantasy Football Garage. Here's that link. That isn't going to be until 10 p.m. Central. So go over there, give him a sub if you aren't. If you want to see more, if you want to hear me talk through the second quarter strategy in a little more detail instead of just kind of doing it as I'm drafting the team. And I will see everybody then. If not, then I will be on sometime Saturday night. I'm not sure when. It'll be whenever I get off work and get things organized. But good luck, everybody. Have a great night. Peace.